Trentino is always a pleasure, at least for some.
Oh, Jeremy Seaworth goes and pops a triple on the opening lap. Right, a problem for Prado. He stalls the engine. Ferrato's gone in the corner. Diao, almost off the bike. Oh, and Harap off the side of the track. Look, slid off. And then high sides and threw himself down. Iago hits down again.
After the hard pack of Pietramarata, we move to the hard sand of the Zelterzerk circuit here in Kegums, a short drive southeast of Riga. Tim Geiser arrives in Latvia in control of the MXGP title chase, having won 4 out of 5 GPs so far this season, and also topped the podium in Latvia last year. But the Slovenian will be pushed hard by the likes of Jorge Prado and Maxime Renaux as he looks to continue his challenge for a 5th world title. In MX2, Tom Vial has enjoyed 3 consecutive visits to the top of the box and has now taken the red plate from Iago Hertz. The Belgium needs to bounce back on his favoured surface, while Michael Harap continues to threaten the top spots, with a first win in this class surely just around the corner. The first quarter of the 2022 FIM Motocross World Championship is already in the books. Now it's time to get down and dirty again at the MXGP of Latvia.
This week, our GoPro track preview comes from Henry Jacobi, who takes us for a lap of the Zelterzerks. It's 95 metres to turn 1, and if you want to know how to pull a foxhole shot, we'll take a closer look with Henry a little later on in the programme. We're immediately over the foxhole shot line and down past pit lane into turn 2. There'll be some huge braking bumps there by the end of the day. Uphill into turn 3, falls away on the exit, and then we hit our first jump on the racetrack. Through the fast sweeping left. This then brings the riders to the Monster Energy finish line jump here. And as we come into land, we hit this sweeping right turn. It's banked to the outside. You will always see riders crisscross there and in this corner as they hope to get an advantage on the rider ahead of them. Over the short tabletop, over the Dragon's Back here. Riders will jump long, and then we have the double single heading uphill. Remember, this used to be a downhill triple many years ago. Again, there'll be a lot of fun and games through this part of the racetrack before doubling down and then hitting the bitchy jump here. A small double down the back straight, and we have 2 tabletops. This one shorter than the second one, which is the Monster Energy tabletop jump here. And then as we come into land, you can either double single or single double into this right-hand turn. Over the FC Moto tabletop, it's a short jump this one, and then through this left, 180. The waves this year are a lot shorter and a lot smaller than we've seen in previous years. Either way, there are 7 that continue through this left-hand turn, and if you're on the right-hand side, it's higher on the takeoff through that turn. We arrive at the city jump, land on the brakes here. Again, there'll be a choice of lines, inside or outside. We hit this offset jump, brings us back to the left. Remember, this is the layout that we had at the end of the first lockdown when we ran the track in the opposite direction at the final round. Through this left, dropping into the right-hander, heading uphill over Monster Energy Mountain. Here the riders changing through the gearbox, on the gas briefly, before arriving at more braking bumps. Right, left, and that takes the riders back down the start straight to start another lap here at the Zelterzerks in Latvia.
If you would be like on the inside of the box, this should be still a good starting place to get around the first turn, maybe first. Yeah, my thoughts before the gate drops, I think they are close to 0. I don't think so much on the last, let's say, 5 seconds. I just always picture myself being first. If I look at the first corner, I check if it's a little bit wide or if it's really tight. If it's a bit more wide, I can sweep around the outside and maybe get one of these hole shots. I start a bit more on the outside mostly, because I will have not the super quali race or best time practice. I think I'm quite brave for the first corner, and yeah, it's just who breaks the last, let's say. Maybe you can overshoot sometimes a little bit, but yeah, I'm obviously taking the risk.
Completely different conditions to what they had in qualifying. "30 minutes plus 2. Who will it be that grabs that foxhole shot here? Round 6, the first race of the day in MX2. It was Peter Pollock who crashed down the start straight. But Langenfelder with the foxhole shot for the 4th time this year. Vial hits a wicked kick up, bottom of the hill, came round left, right. Oh, and who's that down as well? Talviken. So drama on the opening lap with some of the riders inside the top 5. But it's Langenfelder who leads. Geert second, Hoogmo third, Beneston, Elzinga, Vial. So Harp, he obviously got caught in that crash. A 4th consecutive podium has gone begging, and there's Camden McClellan as well. Vial around the outside of Elzinga finds his way finally into 5th place. Nothing in it again between the top 2 as they hit the second split on the racetrack, trying everything he can to find a way past. Simultaneous back end stepping out of line there, but Geert does go through, but for how much longer? Oh, he closes down the door beautifully. He could have stayed to the outside and jumped high, but he knew that Langenfelder was going to blast round the outside, and Hoogmo back in contention all of a sudden. A crazy lap this on lap 6, and we're going to see a change for second as well, and it's Hoogmo going past Langenfelder. It's a mistake from Riot, from the Yamaha! Oh! And down hard goes Gifting. Here's that battle for 3rd place, Langenfelder and Beneston. Can the 198 get himself into a top 3 place? Will he get better drive through the waves? Yes, he does, but again, denied midway through the waves. Ah, neatly done. Beneston up the inside of the German. Wasn't aggressive enough, but he may still get the opportunity here, and he does. Jago Geert crosses the line to take his 5th race win of the season, and with it, his 25th career race victory. The Fly Racing 15-second board up for the final time today. MX2 race 2, 30 minutes plus 2 laps. Who will it be that grabs that all-important foxhole shot? Again, Langenfelder just runs in a little bit too hard, and it's Hoogmo! Kevin Hoogmo for the 2nd time this year with the foxhole shot. Closely followed by Guadagnini. Jago Geert heading out towards the far end of the circuit, up over the Little Dragon's back. The deep sandy conditions almost catching Hoogmo out. He barely has the speed to get over the double. And Guadagnini goes through, takes over the lead on the 1st lap. But Hoogmo challenging Guadagnini for the lead here. Tries to go around the outside, and he does just about. Yes, he does. Makes the move. Can he make it stick? No. He'll go inside. Guadagnini will try to launch it around the outside. But he gets blocked off, and then Hoogmo covers the line immediately. Geert looks to go around the outside. Again, Guadagnini will know that the Belgian is there, but he gets better drive on the exit of the waves. And Geert does make the pass. He's got to stay over to the left-hand side, but Guadagnini knows that as well. Oh, we might have elbows in the next corner. Belgium, I'll tell you what, Jago Geert, absolutely committed to the outside, takes away 2nd position. Kevin Horgmo, sector 2 and 3, has set the fastest times of the race so far as De Wolf up the inside of Guadagnini, who tries to get back down the inside. The Dutch rider gives him no way through, though. All of a sudden, De Wolf up to third. Meanwhile, a second now separate the two leaders, the 24 of Kevin Horgmo and the 93 of Jago Geerts. Gets spring-loaded, but then he was doubling in, but he cuts back to the inside, makes the move on lap 12. Geerts goes through. Horgmo's gone down. Horgmo has had a collision with the tough blocks. He's out of second position, picks himself up in fourth. That's a gift of points for Tom Vial and Kai de Wolf. Absolutely locked onto the rear wheel of the factory Husqvarna, the Nistan machine of number 74. And there's an attempt down here. He's hard on the brakes. He tries to get down the inside. Wow, is there a response? No, Vial goes through. And De Wolf tries to return the favour immediately, and he may just come through there as well. Oh, absolutely bar to bar. Vial needs to make this pass. Ah, Kai de Wolf is still there in second position. Jago Geerts, he goes 1-1. He wins the overall Grand Prix. Tom Vial will take third. Second overall, Kevin Horgmo, his first podium of his MX2 career. Jago Geerts, a perfect day here in Latvia, goes 1-1. And the red plate changes hands. It leaves on the front of the Yamaha of Jago Geerts. But it's all square at the top in MX2.
It was amazing, and yeah, I can't really believe being on the podium, but I'm really happy about that, and I just need to thank all the team, Mark, my former trainer Kenneth Gundersen, and all the fans back home, and yeah, all the sponsors of the team, Dunlop, Arai, 100%, and yeah, thanks to all those guys.
Well deserved. Thanks, Kevin.
Thank you.
I've been too long out of the racing. It's been like 7 months before I was back, and just to be back on the paddock is nice. You know, 7 months without Monster Girl, 7 months, that's really hard. I was missing too much. I want to cry.
No, or joke. What? Joke. With my teammates, it's a lot of fun. I am well known as I am a little bit over-focused sometimes, so they both helping me with that, so I'm getting a bit more loosened up.
You already lost all the money in poker last night. I think Peter is a really good guy, but sometimes he's too calm compared to me and Henry. And sometimes we go dinner, we do like a disaster because we are like this, we like to play. And he's always in the same spot, little bit sitting. I really enjoy the team, and we work good together, we also ride together, so it's nice combination.
With Jackie it works really good. He understands the suspension and the whole bike, so we can adjust the bike really nice to me. And yeah, this is a big advantage.
I think it was quite a big step this winter. Then I had a small injury at the end of last year, which needed operation just 2 weeks before Metally. I think the progress still needs to show in results.
I like to do every time the track walk because they can change some little spot.
Here was always really important to have a good rhythm on the rhythm section. Once you lose it there, it was really slow lap. Yeah, at the moment double outside here, and then try again double and outside again.
This is the wrong way. Actually, we could do it like this. I have to imagine how it looks rough, because we walk the track flat. I check if they changed something from the previous years.
Most of the time it's like I look after the sketchy places. This always changes through the day because all the lines and it's getting rough.
Important is to follow and watch the track during all the weekend. I think the best track walk is on Saturday after the qualifying race.
We can check the gate drop.
This time who's gonna be the monster goal?
No, he cannot focus. He cannot focus now.
I know they come from England this time, no? It's Georgia, Chanel, everything.
Since retiring 2020, I've actually trained my kids, working in Estonia a little bit with the federation. Also was testing some bike, keeping busy with my family a little bit. Sebastian is riding in 1 to 5 class and Travis is doing MX Academy. Actually makes me nervous. I really didn't want that they start doing this, but they really pushed me hard that they want to be professionals. I said, okay, I'll give a chance. Like my dad gave me when I was young. When they show progress and the heart is there, then I said, okay, we can go as far as we can go and we'll see.
Congratulations.
In the last minute, I decided to still do the MXGP of Latvia that is close to home. Great for my fans and for my family. Right now I feel this is it. I don't have time to train properly and do things properly when I need to follow my kid. So yeah, in a really last moment I decided to come.
The Fly Racing 15-second board up for the first time today then. MXGP Race 1. Jonas creeps around the inside, but it's Prado who crosses the line for the 6th time. And Fox Holeshot number 106, would you believe? Geiser lands a little bit skew-whiff, and that allows Jonas to go through. Listen to the fans as Jonas moves into 2nd place. Geiser tries to strike back immediately though. They're side by side as they hit the jump. Geiser will try to line him up at the end of the wave section here, but the back end dances around. You know what, there's a lot of nervous looking bikes out there, and I just wonder whether that's a condition. It's been raining, there's hard bumps there, it's slick, front ends are just reacting, back ends are reacting. Siwa has been passed by Ferrato, and Ferrato now up into 5th place as Siwa under attack from Koldenhoff. And Ferrato on course for a top 5 for the first time in MXGP. Getting close, getting tight for the top 3. 10.5 minutes plus 2 laps to go. And Geiser, down the inside, does find a way past Jonas. He had to work hard for it as well. To allow Geiser to make it happen. And again he gets alongside, but chooses not to jump the outside. Gets up the inside here, it's going to be the last of the late breakers. Prado reads it, they touch wheels. Prado tries to respond immediately. Geiser, the new leader. Back end a little bit loose there. That might be the advantage that Koldenhoff needs. And he does, he gets alongside, finds his way through. Koldenhoff now up into 6th place. And Renault has found his way past Siwa, so Renault up to 7th place. As Geiser deals with traffic ahead of him. Tano Leo in what will be his final Grand Prix appearance. He did retire a couple of years ago, wanted to ride here last year but was injured, so just wants to get this one out of his system, and he'll pick up a point as well. And Geiser, oh! Prado! Took his brain out. Geiser wins the race, wondered what on earth hit him. Prado just brain fade. Watch this here. He fancied his chances, made a run for it, but jumping from one side of the track to the other, right into the side, face plants the dirt. Geiser stays up. Jonas finishes second, Fernandez third, Ferrato fourth.
But it's nice to be back at Tiago's, my home GP. It's always special to come here, and especially now when the spectators can be back. That's how we know motocross is, and that makes all the atmosphere. Motocross without fans is not the same. There's for sure extra pressure because of the fans on the side. I think the pressure just goes away when the gate drops. After that, it's just the extra energy what the fans bring to you. I have been on the podiums a few times. Let's say I have a love and hate relationship with this track, or it's a podium or really bad.
Jonas is down, he's been in a tangle with Jacoby, so there was no way he was going to go through there.
Hopefully this year it's going to be a podium. I've never been a top step of the podium in MXGP class, and if you can do it at your home GP, I think that's the best thing that can happen in your racing career.
The Fly Racing 15-second board up for the final time today. MXGP Race 2. Pulls Jonas, squeezes him to the inside, and then he runs wide. But he manages just to hold on to grab the foxhole shot. Pulls Jonas for the first time this year. As Tim Geiser moves into second with that pass on Fernandez at the end of the back straight. Riders already pretty spread out, and we've lost Monticelli. So Monticelli has gone missing in sector 3 in that left-hander. So the JM Honda, a good start, comes to nothing. Prowess of Brian Bogers behind you, charging after you on that standing construct. Husqvarna, who doubles his way in and does find his way past the Spaniard, who chooses not to yield and almost goes down. Van Hoorbeek, number 89. So that looks like he's had a moment with the tough blocks on the start straight. Yes, it is. So Van Hoorbeek then sinking down the order. Not the first rider to do that this weekend. Good drive, just letting the back end dance around, but it's cost him some time. And all of a sudden, Jonas is in the trouble. He's on the ropes. Goes too high, goes too long. Geiser alongside him. He's going to have to work hard to defend. He knows that there's going to be a cutback here. Can't do anything about it. Geiser slides through, takes over the lead on lap 7. Jeremy Van Hoorbeek, the Beta SDM Course MX team, with a track load of tough block wrapped around that rear wheel. So can Ruben Fernandez get his first GP podium in MXGP class? With 2 third-place finishes, he'll do it with a 3rd and a 4th as well, if that's what it takes. Oh, gets a little bit out of shape there, though. And obviously, if you remember, he was named the Terminator here through this part of the racetrack when the track ran slightly differently. Koldenoff has bridged the gap. Oh, Jacoby and Prado. Geiser keeps it up on 2 wheels. Heads towards a checkered flag. He takes his 8th race win of the season. Race win number 75 as well for the Slovenian. Pulls Jonas second in the race and second overall. Ruben Fernandez, Honda 114. A bit too much hang time. It's going to be a drag race to the finish. Oh, was it him or was it? It was Koldenoff. Koldenoff gets 3rd.
You know, this is almost like a dream come true for sure. It would be nice to keep Tim behind and get the overall win. But you know, Tim was riding really well, and you know, I just tried to stay with both feet on the ground. And you know, second place on the podium, the home GP, you know, in front of my home fans. You know, it's really amazing. You know, in MX2 I did it, but MXGP is next level. And you know, I have to give it up for the whole standing construct Husqvarna team. You know, we had some long nights last week. You know, thinking to improve on the bike and stuff. So, but you know, everything is paying off. So, thanks for the hard work, guys, and we keep improving.
After all that, Tim Geiser now has a stranglehold on the red plate in MXGP, and Paul's Jonas delighted his legions of home fans. Meanwhile, Jago Hitz is back in the lead again in MX2, at least for the next 2 weeks, until we do it all over again in the MXGP of Italy at the iconic Maggiora circuit. Bye for now.